just like a light thing though is like, obviously I do believe Ariana is very strong and she was like pioneering her own life like side by side with him. They were clearly like not married after 9 years, still in a committed relationship. Her choice, like very open to that. I just think like there has to be some level of manipulation that did happen because I think because she's so strong that if she knew like point blank this was going on, she would have been out.
Yeah.
So and he did play a little bit with her and she was manipulated.
Yes.
I mean, he was gaslighting her, probably like, no, you're crazy. That's just our friend.
Okay,
but then Kristen Doty, she comes out of the woodwork too.
But here's what the gaslighting. At a certain point, yes, somebody you care about gaslights you, you get a little smoke screen. I get that. But at some point, you deep internally, you're like, I feel like you're with my mind. Right?
Yes. I think
that happened over 9 years.
I think you're right. You want to be supportive. She wanted to be supportive in him with him through all of his things. And in her mind, she's like, okay, I'll be supportive. I'll be this good person. Meanwhile, he is doing some kind of manipulation.
I think she's like, hey, you're gone a lot and you're like doing this thing. He's like, oh, so I'm focusing on the band. And
which, have you heard the band?
Lisa and I watched the band. He does a couple of good covers, but for the most part, it's like, do you remember in Carmen Sandiego when you like found her and like the cat came up and like a hat flew up? That's like mostly what it is.
Yes. Yes. We
watched
a couple things. Brandon, what did we watch? It was a cover of Nirvana and it was Tom Sandoval's band. No, it was Incubus. Remember? He did an Incubus cover.
I wish you were here. He did wish you were here.
Yes, and it was the worst thing. Like, cats in a bag type of
I don't think a lot of people can hold a candle to my little Brandon Incubus baby. I love that Incubus band.
So does Brandon. That's his fave.
Really?
But Brandon sings, you guys. I'm gonna have to show a clip of him
Maybe he
singing.
should do Brunch,
I actually
Brandon should do
Brandon.
Brunch, please.
Yes.
Fight me.
The budget. No, you guys, he sings great. He really does.
So do I.
I want you to watch Love is Blind.
You don't watch it?
No, I have seen it. And my favorite couple was Shane from this last season.
I love Shane.
I loved Shane.
Oh my God.
And the little,
I can't even deal.
What was the little Asian girl's name?
Natalie.
Well,
they don't work out.
I know they didn't work out, but I just thought she was like grounding him. Like he was crazy. He was bringing out the fun side of her, but she was also grounding him at home. And I thought if opposites attract, there is no better.
But when he would come in the room and he was like, is this Shayna? And he had a totally different vibe. And she's like, no, this is Natalie.
Although
and she's like buttoned up. And Shayna was like, yeah, this is Shayna. You know?
Yes.
And he came in the room thinking it was her one day.
Oh, that was so
I have to say about Shane, though, as much as I love him, he for sure has periodontal disease.
We Googled it.
He has bad breath for sure.
We Googled all of his things. I thought he had something. I Googled it. Brandon, what was the show that he was on recently? Shane. Perfect Match.
Watched it.
Did you watch Perfect Match?
I started to.
Shane is on there.
Shane is on there. He's darling.
I love him.
Except when he gets the water splashed on him and he's like, I'm out. I'm crying. I'm a little freaking.
You have to watch it.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Publicly did
is that Netflix?
And you have a father somewhere watching.
Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey are the hosts of that as well.
Is or is not Francesca an actual demon in the flesh?
Francesca's on that used to be with Harry.
She's the most calculated person.
I am obsessed with. I love her.
No, you don't.
I love her.
Well, she's a Scorpio, and she's a Scorpio.
She was also with this guy, Harry, really tall. Brandon, do you remember his last name?
Hamlin.
No. Harry Hamlin.
The guy
I love it.
No, they were on Love Island together. They left together, and they were a beautiful couple. But then she was like, you know what? I'm super lesbian. And he was like, sick, let's do that. So then she had a girlfriend for a couple years, and now she's like, no, wait, I'm not. She's all over the place. She doesn't know herself, and I just feel like she's a lost soul. I need like a lantern in her hand. I'm just gonna lead her through life.
Guys,
with her little,
she needs you.
her little vegan
No,
ass.
she needs you.
So I'm doing hair and I'm talking to a client about perfect match and how much I think Francesca is like, I actually like peered into the camera and I saw her, and obviously style, 10 out of 10. Hair, 10 out of 10. Makeup, doesn't.
Stunning.
Just stop.
Stunning.
All of
I
it.
said, when I see her soul, I get the major ick. Everything about her.
She loves saying major
ick.
What's her-
Icky inside. I told Ian, I said, I think she's a really bad person. I just feel it.
Well, she comes off very calculated and very.
I'm thinking this is reality,
Disingenuous.
whatever. She's like totally a supervillain. I don't think much of this. Well, I go into work that week. I am talking to a client, and we end up landing on perfect match. So fun. She goes, "Oh my gosh, I just had to watch that because the girl I went to high school with was on that show." And I'm like, "Which one?" She goes, "Frankie, Francesca."
Who's Frank?
I was like, Francesca's, you knew her? I was like, I just get the worst. She goes, Alicia, she ate girls alive.
I could see it.
She was the
still
meanest person I've ever met.
Oh.
And we were 14 years old.
Yuck.
She was the meanest, prettiest girl you've ever seen. They go, she is stunning. She goes, she has been that gorgeous since the day I laid eyes on her. And she's from Canada. And she's Canadian. I mean, I guess that makes sense. And how Francesca got her start was remember that billionaire guy that would fly around and he's like, I have sex with women. And
Dan Brazilian,
yes.
who also made
So
Lone Survivor.
She got with Dan Brazilian's crew. And that's how she started in reality. And that's why she's a lesbian who loves threesomes, because he's like, oh, you can hang out with us and like fly on a pirate jet. You just have to have sex with everybody I tell you to. And she was like, yeah.
And she did.
And she did.
Oh, I couldn't sell my soul for that. But I will tell you, Dan Brazilian, he's the guy that made Lone Survivor. So these guys were dropped in Afghanistan. Mark Wahlberg is in it. So Dan Brazilian is on the helicopter when it goes down. He put himself in the movie, but he funded it. He's like, America. But then he's also like, threesomes,
Yes.
STDs. They're calling them
doesn't
STIs
that-
now. What does it mean?
It's a sexually transmitted infection
Because
versus disease.
Disease.
So an
Because it is
infection, you
technically just an
can-
infection.
I mean, working
I don't
in
even
a
want to tell you
pharmacy,
what
all
I
the
thought that
things.
acronym was for.
What did you think?
Sexually transmitted instruments. Sexually transmitted
But you don't
insomnia.
Instruments are
what are all the I
safer
words?
than the instruments are safer than the humans. So
That's true.
Okay, well then last things last.
'Kay.
Dom, shoot me straight.
Brandon loves Dom.
You're a fan too, then.
No, because
Is it changing? Is
know
it shifting?
It's
Tell me,
shifting.
tell me.
Yes, right? Because
I don't follow him on social media,
he
but tell
has
me.
this gorgeous style. He comes out very vulnerable. He has like painted nails, but he's like very physically
Masculine.
fit, very masculine.
Yes.
And I'm like, a guy who does
Neck
flames on his
tats.
nails,
Yeah.
neck tats, and is in like push-ups, but like throwing it down, like I'm in. But he's still very like emotionally vulnerable. I'm in. Like
Yes.
he is my package. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like everything about
Good
him
heart.
just comes off so truly genuine.
So then
and
now-
on his Instagram, you look at his Instagram and it's like he's like in a dress. Yeah, and then he's like totally playing down all the parts of him that are like the best. Don't you feel like that?
I think he's, I don't know.
Do you think he's
I
just?
think he's gay in real life.
So I feel like he definitely goes both ways
Yeah.
because I don't know how you can
No,
fake
no
that.
guys go both ways. You're either in or you're out.
I just feel like you roll the dice. And for me and you, this is true sexuality wise. Me and you are like, nope.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I'm like, nope, there's nothing, no amount of alcohol, no amount of drugs, no amount of Burning Man. I've been in a lot of situations where I'm like, still, no.
I'm a hard pass.
I know guys, and women always, but more guys, who I feel like you roll the dice, and there's just personality, sexuality that's like,
and they're like,
okay,
maybe.
sure, I'll try anything.
But he doesn't come off that way.
I do believe in bisexuality more than I ever have now. Ever.
I
Because
agree.
I'm meeting so many adults now. And Ian and I have such a diverse group of friends now. As you know, you age and parents and everything. And I'm like, wow, I see it. And I see how like open and like I get it. I still
My best
don't
friend
think
Lisa
it.
is bisexual.
But I used to have that way. I was like, there's no way you can do both. You're either, because we've met gay people and we've met straight people. But now, no, I've met
It's
a lot of
now it's just
bisexual
very
people
fluid.
where I am just like, wow, no, this is real.
Well, I
This
think
is
it's
like
more of
what-
an energy though too. It's like more of an energy than even
Yes.
anything else.
Yes.
Like you meet someone and their energy is like, we have a friend and she is a very sexual human
Yes.
and has
three of us.
masculine energy.
Yeah.
She would throw me on a car and
Oh,
like,
100%.
I mean, that's an energy. That's not
Yes.
something you can like.
Yes. And I've learned this too. I have been with a lot of gay men. A lot.
I thought you were about to say a lot
Not
of women.
sexually, truly never, but I've had a few really close gay men in my life tell me that they want to try to have sex with me. And I find it to be the greatest compliment
Have
ever.
you said yes
because
ever?
they've said that I've
Yeah,
made them curious
No,
about
no,
having
no.
sex with a woman.
Hey, don't pussyfoot around this.
Have you ever said yes to your propositions from the gays?
No, the first one would have been appropriate because we were actually really good colleagues and friends, and we would hang out and have like
Was it Ian?
wine. No, it wasn't Ian.
Cool.
It was a different guy, and he was, and it shocked me when he said it. It was a very intimate and very appropriate way of broaching it. It's not like we were hammered and he was like, I want to try it. We would have like nice cocktails and like a charcuterie board, and he was like, I think I would like to like have sex with you and explore that. Like you just have made me so curious. The weird thing about it is he was saying it still like a gay man. I don't really know how else to say that. Like still like a flamboyance there. And I was like, I'm not interested in that. But I love that I've made you interested in that because I feel like that's the energy we're talking about.
I think as a
that's
It's all
woman,
energy.
It's
Yes,
all
yes,
energy.
yes, I
And then
agree.
the second time that happened, Ian was actually there with me at a
it
wedding.
was like, yes.
No, Ian has never been a pro of me having sex with another man. It's always been a thumbs down.
Shocker.
If it was another girl, it would be different. And we've talked about this. But he was in Tucson and he was like, again, a very flamboyant. Do you remember this? Very flamboyant gay man. And he was like, I love your energy. Like, I would just like to have sex with you.
Yeah.
And when I say both of them have been broached like that, I go, do I make it too easy? I feel like a lot of people would be afraid of that.
All right,
So long story
guys.
short.
We got yelled at.
This is a great week. I am so happy to see you guys again. This was a long
Yes.
vacation. I came back with pink eye, some other infections. We don't know.
Some STIs.
Happy to see you guys. Death flight is over. See you next Tuesday.
Oh, wait, are you gonna sing?
Brunch, please.
We gon' rock it till the wheels fall off. Hey, oh my dudes who be rockin' too. Wake up, see. Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey, oh my dudes who be rockin' me slow. Hey, we gon' rock it till the wheels fall off. Hey, oh my